Hello and welcome to Sports by Compion. My name, of course, is Stephen Compion, and this is the pickup edition that you've all been waiting for. It's finally here, joined here by two very special guests to get it going. Of course, co-host Mr. Shades himself, the Ireland Power, is here to show us all we need to know about these
Don't
pickums
don't
episodes.
roll your eyes. You love it.
What up over there,
Oh,
Dan
I
Rooney?
will roll
How
them
are
all
you?
I want.
No, I'm good. I'm excited that we've expanded this from NFL to now Six Nations. We have a couple more coming, so
Absolutely,
it's nice to grow it.
And we are, of course, joined by a very special guest. Been trying to get him on for a little while now, but he has graciously given us his time. Mr. William Durling, the treasurer
Hey.
of the Rockford Ravens, the brains behind the operation, you could say. William, thank you for joining us. How you doing over there, buddy?
Oh, I am fantastic. Thank you for having me on, guys. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a fun time. I'm excited to get my picks in, Six Nations. It's the best tournament every single year. I look forward to it. It's going to be great.
I
Now,
am also looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one.
I would be remiss if we did not mention that this was negotiated on our drive to Green Bay.
This
Over-
was negotiated on our drive to
over-
Green Bay.
A payment in beans. So
Yeah, I will make sure that William gets his beans next time I see him.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Which won't be this weekend, but don't worry. Next time I see you, some beans coming your way, William. You better bet. I don't remember the
Only-
beans part, but
only the
I'll take your word
finest.
for it.
Minus
So
beans. It's got to be.
Finest beans.
It's got to be.
Here at
Lima.
Sports by Copy, and we like to bully people into coming on the show by putting them in the car with us. We're nowhere to go, and then we get after them. That's how we do
Hey,
it.
it was
I
4
figured
hours
I
in
was
the
going to
car.
be trapped for 3 hours up, 3 hours back. What better way to hang out with you guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy you're here, boys. Let's hop into it, huh? We got some great games to pick from here. Did I remove it? There we go. There it is. Yay! Here we go. So it kicks off with probably arguably the most important of these matches. France and Ireland go right off the bat. Pretty cool, guys. Who's hosting this one?
It's
France.
France.
Fran-
So France does get the home field advantage. Didn't get the World Cup they would have liked. Neither did Ireland, for that matter. Both these teams
Neither did.
eager to prove that. Arguably, we're some of the best countries coming into it. So I'm sure they're both eager to go ahead and put their stomp on this Six Nations, and they get a great test right out the bat.
it's number 2 against number 4 in the world right now, according to World Rugby.
Who's number 2? France.
Number 2 is Ireland, and number
okay.
4 is France.
Okay, checks out. So yeah, Mr. Dupont himself will be out there doing Dupont stuff. That France
he
team in
won't.
general. Oh, he's not. Is he
Antoine
injured?
Dupont is taking off the Six Nations. He is
Wow.
not going to be playing. He is focusing on family.
Interesting. Couldn't they wait for a couple weeks?
One would think that he could have waited 6 weeks, but
I
it
guess
didn't
not.
wasn't necessarily the case. This one's going to be an interesting Six Nations, just from the fact that no Johnny Sexton, no Antoine Dupont. You don't have Alan Wynne-Jones playing for Wales. You no longer have Owen Farrell playing for England. I mean, you got a lot of guys out. We're just lucky that Finn Russell's there. I mean, shoot.
Isn't Stuart Hogg going for Scotland too?
Stuart Hogg is gone. Yep, he's not in.
I mean, it's
Wow.
a lot of the power names you've seen the last couple of years are now. It's the transition period.
Yeah, they're making room for the new names. Interesting, boys. Well, I think I can guess Dan's pick on this, but either way, we'll hop into it. Dan, what are you thinking for this one?
I think it's going to be a tight one. All things considered, Ireland's going to have to try to find their identity without Johnny Sexton. But they've played well. I know he was banged up down the run last year, especially in the World Cup. So there was definitely times he checked out of the game a little earlier than you used to see him in the normal. So, I still want to side with Ireland. I feel confident in it. Last year, Ireland did handily take care of France on a 32-19 victory. But I think they start the season on the right step, start that march for a back-to-back title.
Who's taking over for them at fly half now?
They have not released the roster yet.
I thought I saw something this morning, but I guess
Or they might have. I looked
it.
last night and they hadn't announced it yet, so I haven't seen it yet.
All right. Well, what are you thinking, William?
Similar to what Dan's saying. I mean, if you look at the odds right now, it's 4.5 points with France as the favorite. You know, I gotta say that this game last year was exciting to watch. Ireland did come out on top. I think with this game happening in Marseille, in the south of France, it's going to be a beautiful, scenic routing of the Irish, and France is going to come out on top.
Okay. I guess I'm the deciding factor here, and obviously I'll use all my knowledge on both these teams. With DuPont out, I gotta give it to Ireland here. You know, I've seen a lot of out of that Irish squad. They're all the professional teams. Like that Irish league is very competitive. Who is Shewan? Seems like an absolute stud. Of course, Mr. O'Brien over there. Am I saying that right? I think it is O'Brien. No, Van der Vliet. Way cooler. Van der Vliet's an absolute stud at flanker. I love what I've seen from him. I think the Irish are going to find a way to pull this off on the road. Tough game, absolutely, and especially with France having won this last year, so should be absolutely one of the best games we see in this series. But yeah, I gotta go Ireland here. Gotta go with the number 2 country.
Yeah, Crowley's the new 10.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, Crowley looked okay during World Cup when he was in for Sexton, but it's definitely going to be challenging.
He's going to have a whole nation to prove himself now. Will he be the next legend of Ireland at fly half? I guess we'll find out. Going to be a little easier to pick this next one, I think. We got Italy hosting England. Is that what's going on? They're hosting?
Yep, they're playing down in Rome.
Left teams are hosting? Okay.
Yeah, it's that Europe thing, man.
All right. So, yeah, we got Italy hosting England. Got to go England with this one. Italy hasn't shown that they really belong in this series just yet, which I was born in Italy. You know, I always try to support the underdog. But, you know, other than a handful of players, they struggle, man. They did not have a great World Cup performance either. I think they would be just as disappointed. And England, you know, with Owen Farrell out now, you know, that gives the full reins to Marcus Smith. I think he's been really coming into his own. I think they're going to be able to pull this game off, you know. They're eager to prove that they belong because they're one of those countries that everyone expects a lot out of and maybe haven't been quite producing that over the last couple of years. So,
I mean, you know, they had a rough year last year.
They did
not look good in the summer series, but then, quite honestly, surprisingly played, I think, better in the World Cup than any of us expected.
But yeah, best in the Six Nations for sure.
Yeah, I did not expect them to end up making a run like they did. So, you know, who knows what that will bring to them. But, you know, sometimes it's so hard to get back on them. I mean, they played, you know, South Africa extremely well in the semis, but and then, you know, obviously ended up winning the bronze. So, you know, maybe they're trending back in the right direction. We won't see them on a 10-point season again, but at the same time, not having, you know, Owen, who knows what that's going to bring either.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I think Italy's a good way to start it off.
I mean, one of the things you got to consider though is Marcus Smith is actually injured.
Is he?
Yeah, so he was in training this week and he left on crutches. It looks like he tweaked an ACL or an MCL.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
ouch.
You don't have Owen Farrell. You don't have Marcus Smith leading your backs. Yes, they've got some dominant centers. But if you can't get them the ball, there's going to be some issues back there, and definitely getting an injury this close to the game. You know, I don't know how much the number 2 fly half's been working with the number 1 back line, so you're going to be seeing some struggles right now. The lines at England at 14.5. I think that's going to push and start to shift over the next couple of days. I don't think Italy's going to win this game, but it's going to be a lot closer than anyone is suspecting right now.
Do you think Mr. McHattie himself is starting to sweat a little?
I think he's disappointed, but he's all for the roses right now, man. He is not going to give up. He's not going to let up. But I think if we're down and we're watching that game and it's within 5 points or within a try, I mean, anything that can happen, especially with a scrappy Italy team, They looked decent during the World Cup when they were playing the teams that they were supposed to beat. They held their own. If you look at how they played their first couple of matches against some of the stronger teams, they held their own. They didn't get walloped the way that everyone thought that they were. So they're a stronger club. They've got some good leadership within their coaching ranks. I wouldn't be surprised if Italy does have an upset, but I'm still going to pick England on this one.
Yeah. How about you, Dan? Are you picking the upset over here?
No, it's hard to get behind Italy. I mean, I can't wait for the week that we kind of are like, is Italy just going to go 0-5 again, or are we going to run the risk of them pulling off an upset? So, I mean, that's kind of a fun thing to do every year, but I think despite the pieces that England's not going to have, I don't see Italy putting it together. But, they had made strides. They looked decent in summer series too, not just in the World Cup. So I want to. They're a team that I want to wish does better, but they're just missing pieces year in and year out, and it's just almost.
I think that's how a lot of us feel.
Even though like none of us are pro Italy, it's still a little frustrating to watch that it's just their performances every year.
I'm a little bit pro Italy. Yeah, Benvenuti.
All right. You and Benvenuti, okay?
I'm a little bit pro Italy, but yeah, I don't see them pulling this one off. I think McCaddy will ultimately be happy. We got to get him on here to go ahead and give us his prognostics on this English squad this year. But either way, so clean slate going for England on this one. The last one of this slate, boys. Scotland travels to Wales. Now, this is, of course, the middle of the pack battle. That's quite usually how it goes here in Six Nations. I am an avid Scotland supporter, mostly because of their flanker situation over there between Richie and Hamish Watson. Just a big fan of those two flankers.
Sure.
Of course, who doesn't love Finn Russell? His mischievous grin. Dude's over there, just the goofiest motherfucker ever. Apparently, he's the star of the Netflix new show so far. He's an absolute love to watch. So as a complete homer pick here, I gotta go Scotland. I think they're rolling to Wales on the road. Wales just lost their big time wing, which I think Will have some words about. So they may or may not be looking for some answers. This is an older Scotland team who desperately needs some wins. I think once Finn does get a little bit tired, they'll bring in Kingfisher himself, which is an awesome name, and he's quite a studly rugby player himself. Their their fullback, also a very good guy, very good player. Yeah, I think Scotland can pull this off. I think they might make some noise to Six Nation boys. Let's
go. I mean, as much as I support my Wales team, and I support them full on, you've got there are some major youngsters on this club. When you're talking a tight head prop that's only got 2 caps under his belt and a loose head prop that only has like 13 caps between them, it's going to be a tough game. I think the Welsh are going to be in for a lot of work. Not only did you mention that our number one winger, Luis Rees-Zammit, has transitioned into the NFL. I get it. He's got to go make some money. There are other areas of growth on this Welsh team that if you go look at how they played in the World Cup, they were there. They had all of their studs and all the names that you're familiar with in Welsh lore over the last 10 years playing in the last hurrah. But I know that there's going to be a lot of work, and Warren Gatland is in for a long Six Nations. I think that this Wales team is going to be bumped and bruised along the way. I got to go Scotland for the game today.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Scotland myself. As like you said, as much as they look good in the World Cup, we're putting things together. It's a completely different roster from what we saw them. So it's the growing pain stages for Wales. I don't think it'll be long lasted, but it'll be a trying season. We're going to get some good stuff out of them, I think. So I don't I don't think there's anything to be discouraged there, and who knows, it might surprise us.
I'm going to make a bold prediction that Wales gets the wooden spoon,
Okay.
What does that mean?
that they are going to be dead last.
Oh, wow. Really? You think Italy got that? That is a bold prediction. That is bold.
And I'm going to say France wins a Grand Slam.
Okay. Some bold predictions out of William. That's interesting.
I don't
I guess
know. I don't know if I would take Italy on, or I would take Italy on the spin. I think still.
Yeah, same.
I get Wales.
I gotta stick with it.
I get Wales is young, but I don't know, man.
They still got a couple guys. Like, isn't their captain still a well-known dude, established coach?
George North, yeah. George North has been around for a long time.
Yeah, he's got 118 caps. Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around
He's a
a long
flanker,
time.
isn't he?
No center.
Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that one, William, but I guess we'll find out. Are you willing to make some predictions here, Dan, as we start this Pick Nations up?
I get where he's going with the France one. It's tough for me to kind of. I think Ireland's going to play well, but I think there's just some key pieces that we're going to see how well they replaced them.
Sure.
So I don't disagree with the France on the Grand Slam when it comes to that, but I think I would take Italy on the spoon.
Fair.
Italy
I
on the
think
wooden spoon, there.
I'm going to make a bold prediction and completely out of Homer pick as well. I'm going to take Scotland for the Grand Slam winner.
Oh,
Why not?
I thought
Why
you were
not?
missing Italy. I thought you were missing
Not.
Italy.
I mean, so first of all,
Scotland.
France doesn't have Dupont. All right, he's out. The Welsh are missing a couple of key pieces. We went over it. England is England. So the only people who basically haven't had a bunch of big changes in their roster is Scotland. It's the same old boys who always play all these guys relatively tight.
Bold
Hey, maybe they
prediction.
can get it done this time. It's about time they actually win one of these. They're always kind of that team that punches people in the head, but eventually gets knocked out. Maybe this is their year.
I mean,
Probably not. But you know what, Dean? What do I
they
know?
lost
What do I get to
Hogg.
lose? I'll make a prediction there.
I mean, they did lose Hogg.
Hogg?
Yeah, but I mean, Hogg's just.
I'm not saying it's going to be a staggering loss, but I mean, to say they didn't. lose
Stuart
anybody,
Hogg's great, right? But I, if you look at,
I'm trying to figure out who Stuart Hogg.
Yeah, it was your fullback.
Oh,
Who's
so that's the
fullback.
fullback I was mentioning earlier. He is very good. So that is a lot.
I mean, France does have to travel to Scotland, so you do have. It is a bold prediction.
It's a bold ass prediction.
I mean,
what do I got
like
to
it.
lose? Why
I
not?
like it. I'm not gonna say a bad
Oof.
idea.
I like bold moves, man.
Yeah, man. Let's hope for the best. They got to get it done against Wales to start this off, though. I'll look real bad if they lose to Wales out the gate. So hopefully they can get that one done. Either way, we are going to go ahead and wrap up this first episode. But before we do, William, do you have any fine words you'd like to share with these people with Sports by Confidence, things you'd like to know about the world?
Honestly, this is one of the best sports shows that I get to listen to on a regular basis.
Wow.
The detail that Steven and Dan the man bring to this entire show is absolutely fantastic. I'm super appreciative of being on the show with you guys today. I look forward to our season of Six Nations and how that's all going to play out. It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's going to be another phenomenal Six Nations run. Make sure you guys are tuning into it. Where can they find this stuff? Is it streaming on
YouTube.
Peacock.
NBC or Peacock? It's the cock. You guys got to get the cock to mostly watch.
Got to get the cock.
I think they do the delayed on NBC.
Okay. All right. So there you go. You can catch the delayed, which, I mean, Friday, 2 p.m., and not a lot of people might have availability to watch that anyway. So maybe you could catch the later stream later on. Or you guys could just wake up like real men and start drinking beer right at 8 a.m. and get after it. You know what
Bingo.
I'm saying? Hey,
Bingo.
let's go. Six Nations, the snow's out there. What else are you going to do? Let's get hammered and watch England destroy Italy or maybe watch an upset. Who knows? But either way, thanks for tuning in, people. Continue to like and subscribe to our content so that Dan can get paid one day. Because look at how handsome he is. Look at that. It's ridiculous. All right, we gotta get out of here. This is like distracting to people in general.
I got these Adonises in my window. It's crazy.
Yeah, Will's a big supporter of carrots as well. Who doesn't love a good carrot? Anyway, people.
Absolutely. Gotta like the carrot.
It'll help your vision.